Hello and welcome to today's edition of Mexico News Network's Breaking News Business. I'm your host, Elliot Bullman. Let's start with today's show. Yahoo said on Tuesday that all 3 billion of its accounts were hacked in a 2013 data theft, including email, Tumblr, Fantasy and Flickr, tripling its earlier estimate of the size of the largest breach in history, which already had spawned a nationwide lawsuit. Names, email addresses and passwords, but not financial information, were breached, Yahoo said last year. The new disclosure comes 4 months after Verizon acquired Yahoo's core internet assets for $4.48 billion. The closing of the Verizon deal, which was first announced in July, had been delayed as the companies assessed the fallout from 2 data breaches that Yahoo disclosed last year. Verizon revised the number of breached accounts to 3 billion following an investigation with the assistance of outside forensic experts. Yahoo will send emails to the additional affected accounts, and following the hacking revelations last year, Yahoo required password changes and invalidated unencrypted security questions to protect user information. This new revelation follows months of scrutiny by cybersecurity firms and law enforcement that claimed Yahoo and Verizon failed to identify the full scope of the 2013 hack. In other news, 3 high-profile airline failures in just 50 days has raised questions about the strength of Europe's aviation industry, which has been buffeted by fierce competition and shifting business models. Analysts say that more losers could emerge in the coming months as smaller, weaker airlines come under intensified pressure. Budget airlines led by Ryanair and EasyJet have captured huge amounts of the European market by offering flights for as little as £10, a model that keeps their seats full and leaves competitors scrambling. There are several reasons why smaller competitors can't keep up with top budget carriers. The main reason is that they lack the required scale to negotiate discounts on pricey items like jet fuel. National carriers, meanwhile, are saddled with legacy costs and expectations that prevent them from adopting the tactics of cheaper upstarts. There are other issues currently dogging the industry, including a pilot shortage and deadly terror attacks that forced airlines like Monarch to avoid popular holiday destinations like Tunisia and Egypt. Deirdre Hutton, chair of the UK Civil Aviation Authority, said she's not concerned about other British airlines folding like Monarch. Hutton's Civil Aviation Authority is responsible for bringing back Monarch's stranded customers to the UK over the next 2 weeks at a cost of £60 million. The biggest airline collapse in UK history also affected 750,000 people who had booked future flights and packaged tours. Moving on. A new Mayan Park attraction is set to open in the Cancun hotel zone early next year. The new park, which is being constructed in 16 kilometers of Cancun's hotel zone, is nearly completed and expected to open by mid-January. Mayan Park project leader Francisco Cordova-Lira says the park will be completed on November the 30th and will start operating in 2018. Promotions for the park will launch this month. Mayan Park will feature cultural tourism with several main attractions. The park will feature replicas of vestige and Maya architecture in a world consisting of a Maya universe. Along with rides and access to learning centers such as the Maya Museum and Rey Ruins, the park will teach awareness of the Maya culture with promotional material including a book on Maya history and culture. The project was first announced in 2013, but the initial park plan was rejected by the Ministry of Environment and required adjustments. The park is an investment of more than 100 million pesos and will generate 110 jobs. It's expected to draw an average of 150,000 visitors per year, and the slated opening date in January 16, 2018 will attract an admission cost of $99 per person. And finally, let's turn to the markets. The Mexican peso decreased 0.006 or 0.04% to 18.25 from 18.25 in the previous trading session. IPC Mexico decreased 50 points or 0.1% to 50,565 from 50,615 in the previous trading session. This was all for today. Thank you for staying with us. I'm your host, Elliot Bullman. Remember to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+, and log on to MexicoNewsNetwork.com for more information on Mexico and the world. Until next time.